Why, good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Pennington here from Celebrity Cruises. I thank everyone at Team Friesen, Expedia Cruises, Team Friesen, and all of their clients for joining me this evening to learn about the Galapagos and all things Galapagos, a bucket list trip that you will want to consider going to definitely in the near future. So again, if you're just joining, Sandra Pennington here with Celebrity Cruises. I've got my Expedition Galapagos hat on here. I had the pleasure of sailing in the Galapagos and doing a 10-night package last year in May of 2022. It was absolutely phenomenal. So I have been able to put my personal pictures and videos into this presentation as well, and I hope that you'll enjoy that. So again, once on behalf of Team Friesen, Expedia Cruises Team Friesen across Canada, thank you for joining me here tonight to learn about the Galapagos with Celebrity Cruises. If you do have any questions, there is a Q&A, so feel free to put a question in there and I'll address and answer those questions at the end. So let's launch in. Why should you put Galapagos on your bucket list and book it with Expedia Cruises Team Friesen at one of their amazing agencies across Canada? Well, let's do a deep dive on that so you'll see just how amazing this experience is that I experienced last year in May of 2022. At Celebrity Cruises, we offer a truly seamless and all-inclusive, everything's included, environmentally conscious vacation, celebrity style in the Galapagos. And it is truly not just a destination. It's an adventure. It's an experience of a lifetime. When I was there, deep in the Galapagos and the islands, surrounded by the sea creatures and the land creatures and the fauna and the flora and the beauty that is the Galapagos, I kept thinking, how is the next day going to be any better than this day? And it was. It caught me off guard every day, just how more amazed I was by this beautiful destination, the islands of the Galapagos. And it truly is a once in a lifetime trip. And you'll want to go back. I find every client, every agent that I talk to that has been there says, oh, I have to go back, even though it's worth every penny I've spent. It's absolutely amazing. You're going to be seeing flora and fauna like you've never seen before, sea creatures and land creatures that are not afraid of humans, like anywhere in the world. So we always say that you are not allowed to touch them, but they're allowed to contact you. And you're so up close and personal with the sea turtles and the sea lions and the marine iguanas and the hundreds of species of birds. And you never know what you're going to see. That could be that they're having babies or the babies have been alive for a few weeks and you get to see them. I mean, it is nature at its most purest. And the animals of the Galapagos have this deep history of evolution and adaptation, including the plants, the flora, and the fauna as well, and beautiful things like prickly pear cactuses and magnificent scalesia trees that grow up to be 60 feet tall. And when you are there, you'll have a chance to plant one of those yourself as well, because we always like to give back when we're there. And again, the fauna, from everything from the penguins and the marine iguanas and the sea lions and the sea turtles, are not afraid of humans. So you're so up close and personal, and it's quite an adventure for nature lovers. It's got an exotic terrain. You're basically on volcanoes that lava flowed and created this archipelago of 19 islands that has a marine reserve that pretty much is a living museum of evolution. And you're going to just be soaking up all of that and seeing all the unusual wildlife as well. Best way to Let me just go back a screen here. I apologize. I want you to get the best experience with the video. So I'm just going to optimize for the video and share a great video on why you should experience the Galapagos. And then I'll do a deep dive into some of my great images and videos from when I was there. Enjoy. Bear with me one sec. Thank you. There we go.
Celebrity Cruises invites you to discover a corner of the world so awe-inspiring, it's like you've left the planet altogether. Islands almost completely isolated from the rest of the world for centuries by miles of open ocean. An archipelago time forgot, the breathtaking Galapagos Islands. All 19 islands and 42 islets rose from the ocean floor through volcanic eruptions or tectonic uplifts, and they've never been connected to the mainland. The result, many of the unique creatures you'll encounter here can't be found anywhere else on Earth. marine iguanas, Galapagos giant tortoises, the infamous blue-footed boobies. And because these colorful locals have no natural fear of humans, you'll be surprised how up close and personal you can get. Few places in the world remain this unspoiled, and we don't want you to miss a thing. So we have a team of certified naturalists who guide you on your journey. They're experts in the islands. Most of them are from there, and they'll give you authentic guided experiences so you're completely immersed in all things Galapagos. Every day of your Celebrity Galapagos vacation, you'll have your choice of excursions, and of course, they're all included. Plan your daily adventures to experience everything you want at your own pace. Hike across one of the islands in the morning, go deep-sea snorkeling in the afternoon, or do both. It's up to you. A visit to the Galapagos Islands is nothing short of a life-changing experience, and a place this extraordinary deserves the choice of 3 equally extraordinary ships. Step aboard our 100-guest Celebrity Flora, the first luxury yacht designed specifically for the Galapagos. Every space on board features our revolutionary outward-facing design, creating a greater connection between you, the ocean, and the breathtaking islands you'll explore. That includes Flora's all-suites accommodations, the most luxurious in the islands, complete with private verandas that surround you in panoramic views, full room automation, and personal suite attendants so you never have to lift a finger. When you're not ashore, you'll still feel close to the islands aboard Celebrity Flora. Experience our Galapagos glamping. Visit the lab to learn more about the Galapagos Islands' fragile ecosystem and our efforts to help maintain it. And every time you do visit the islands, the marina makes it totally effortless. Our custom-designed Novaranya yacht tenders transport you ashore in comfort and style. Celebrity Flora merges seamlessly with the environment, so you'll experience the true sense of being in the destination instead of just visiting it. Next in the fleet is our award-winning 48-guest Celebrity Expedition, the ship that set the standard for all-inclusive Galapagos vacations. Discover an array of spacious accommodations, which all feature ocean views or private verandas, so you're always connected to your surroundings. And with dedicated stateroom attendants at your service, you'll never have to think about anything but enjoying the islands to the fullest. Experience the ship that puts Celebrity on the map in the Galapagos Islands. For the most intimate way to explore the Galapagos, our 16-guest Celebrity Exploration will make you feel like you have the islands all to yourselves. This sleek, personal catamaran is perfect for family get-togethers, getaways with friends, or small groups who want to explore one of the world's most unforgettable places together. And every stateroom and suite offer ocean views or private verandas, so you never have to take your eyes off the Galapagos. Except when it's time to sleep, of course. Whichever of these 3 stunning ships you choose for your Galapagos vacation, everything you'll need is included. Shore excursions, beverages, locally sourced cuisine from menus crafted by our Michelin-starred chef, gratuities, and more. Plus, all packages 10 nights and longer include round-trip flights from Quito to the islands, all transfers, luxury hotel stays, and guided land tours before and after your cruise. At Celebrity, we're committed to bringing you the Galapagos Islands like only we can. But we're equally committed to preserving them for future generations of explorers. The Celebrity fleet marks an evolutionary leap forward in sustainability with state-of-the-art advancements. Celebrity Flora is one of the most eco-friendly and environmentally safe ships on the planet. Celebrity Expedition has been hailed by Ecuador's Secretary of Tourism as the standard of excellence for reducing our carbon footprint. And our guests have planted more than 50,000 Scalesia trees in partnership with Galapagos National Park. We do all this because making our mark in the Galapagos Islands means leaving less of a footprint. 3 incredible ships, 1 incredible destination. Join us and discover why a Galapagos vacation with Celebrity Cruises is a must for every month.
All right. Love that video, just to kind of really give you a showcase of the ships and the islands themselves. So thank you for watching. I just did see that a few people joined while the video was playing. So there is a Q&A box if you have any questions, and I'll answer those at the end. So like the video said, it is a truly all-inclusive experience. We offer 10, 11, and 16 night packages, and everything is included. Your pre and post in Quito, your internal flight to Baltra, after you spend some time in Quito to go to the Galapagos Islands, the 7-night Galapagos cruise, your room service, all your meals, beverages, gratuities, onboard programming, the naturalist, the snorkeling equipment, binoculars, bathrobes, entrance fee, tourist cards, internet, all included. And that's a celebrity exclusive that we're going to allow you to spend some time to explore Quito, Ecuador, a beautiful colonial city, and include the flights to get you to the Galapagos as well. For the 10 and 11 night, like I said, it is a 2-night pre-Quito and followed by a 7-night Galapagos cruise. And then whether you choose a 10 or 11 night will determine whether you do a 1-night post day or a 2-night. I tend to find that most clients tell me they wish they had spent the extra night. So I recommend the 11 night because it also tends to work better for your flights as well. But everything included: tour, connecting airfare, transfers, etc. Now, if you have the time as well, you could consider a 16-night, because we do offer a 16-night. You would still do the 2 nights pre-Quito, Ecuador. You would do your 7-night Galapagos cruise, including all the amazing excursions. But then afterwards, you'll have 2 nights in Lima, Peru, 2 nights in the Sacred Valley, 2 nights in Cusco, and 1 night in Lima. And that includes the luxury train to Machu Picchu, all the tour, connecting airfare, the transfers, and it's fully escorted as well with exclusive tours, and the park entrance fees, gratuities, and meals are included. So we're taking care of you from A to Z, and what a bucket list trip that would be with Machu Picchu at the end. And that is a celebrity exclusive. Now, if you're not sure where the Galapagos Islands are, this is a great map to show you. They are off the coast of Ecuador there. You can see they're pointing to Baltra there on the map. So really in an isolated location, which is what has made the development of the island and the sea creatures and the land creatures and the fauna and the flora so unique to the Galapagos as well. And when we fly you in, the transfer from the airport in Quito, Ecuador is included to your hotel, where you would be staying at the JW Marriott. It is a beautiful 5-star hotel in Quito, Ecuador. For your pre and post stay. We also have a 5-star airport hotel in case you are taking flights right away at the end and you do the 10-night. Likely you'll be put at that hotel, so you have less of a drive, but it's absolutely stunning as well. But gorgeous hotel, and these are some of my personal pictures. So when you head to your room in the hotel, we do have a water bottle in there for you to use throughout the duration of your tour. Quito, Ecuador is known for its rose production. So you're going to see all around the hotel these beautiful rose bouquets. And if you wonder how much a typical rose bouquet would cost in Quito, Ecuador, it's about $3 to $4 US, if you can imagine. But they export those gorgeous roses worldwide. And you can see in these pictures, a beautiful hotel. There is a spa there, many restaurants, some of which you'll utilize with us that is included. There's a pool outside and hot tubs, but just absolutely gorgeous property that you'll stay at there. And you'll get a chance to explore gorgeous Quito, a colonial city, because the city tour is included a full day tour, and that is a celebrity exclusive. And if you have time, this isn't included with the tour, but because I actually spent an extra night just for fun, it worked better with the flights. One of the things that I added on was that I went down, because I had the extra time, I went down to go see the Celebrity Cruises desk in the lobby of the hotel. And I asked them, hey, we have like the afternoon. What do you recommend we do? Because we flew in a day early, and they recommended Pinchacha volcano, which is 13,287 feet altitude. And so you're in the cloud, and you take a tram up to the top. And I mean, it's absolutely stunning and amazing. There's a great restaurant up there in the clouds. There is tons of different like unique Ecuadorian creatures, and there is swinging in the clouds. So you can be right at the edge of the volcano and go into the swings, which was a lot of fun. There's Bonnie and I swinging in the clouds. And the higher you go, you really do look over the edge there. So that was kind of something unique that we did. And you could do a nice hike up there as well, and have some empanadas and some Colombian coffee, and Ecuadorian croissants, which are absolutely delicious. So that was kind of something unique that we added on, because we did have like a half a day extra to sort of do a few extras, and this is what we chose to do. Now, included though is a city tour of Quito, where you're going to go and explore all of the churches and palaces. And one of the things you'll see is the Virgin Quito there, which is a huge statue, actually built the year I was born in 1975. So she overlooks the city. And then another thing you'll do is they're going to take you to the equator. And it's at the equator, latitude 00000, that you'll see an equator museum. You'll be standing right on the equator line. You'll have a chance to walk the line and feel, there I am in the middle, feel how you are pulled to one side. And they actually have you try to do it. And it's amazing how you're feeling pulled. And a lot of people couldn't do it. I had more success doing it than other people there. And I could actually walk it, whereas most people fell right over to one side. So that was kind of fun. They all clapped for me at the end. But a great experience there, again, exploring Quito, Ecuador, and going to the equator. Once your 2 nights in Quito, Ecuador has come to a close, we then fly you to Baltra, where you're going to join one of those amazing 3 ships. And the flight is very comfortable. It's about a 2-hour flight, is on Avianca. It is only celebrity on board. So you will find that there are 3 and 3 for the seating arrangement, and there's no one in the middle. So you have nice, spacious, it's nice and spacious for that reason. And we serve you a full meal and drinks the whole way. So you really are taking great care of you, which is a celebrity exclusive. Then when you get to Baltra, we're going to transfer you to the pier, where we're going to take you over by tender to one of the 3 ships that you have to choose from. And you never know who is going to be greeting you on the pier, like this little sea lion just greeting us all as we boarded the tender to go over to the ship.
Of the Galapagos Islands.
Isn't it beautiful? And as you pull up to your ship, the team on board is also greeting you. That's one of the naturalists there, but they're all greeting us as we start to board the ship. I was on the Celebrity Flora last year, but all 3 ships are amazing, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. And of course, they're greeting us on board the Flora with, a nice cold towel to refresh with, and a glass of champagne.
I'm gonna take a glass. Thank you. Woo, cheers.
All right, and masks are no longer required. That was back, I went in May of 2022, and they're optional if you want. And of course, we also had a musician greeting us, and they take our luggage right to the room for us. And awaiting in the room was a bottle of champagne.
Cheers.
On this beautiful ship. The Flora, of course, is our all suites vessel. Now you're going to have a chance to experience advanced snorkeling, which is, I wouldn't even consider it advanced, more like deep sea snorkeling, where if you can wear a life jacket and you can float, you should do it, because that's where you're sort of all embodied around you is all these amazing sea creatures. You'll also have some snorkeling opportunities just off the beach as well. Coastal explorations and kayaking, whether it's by boat or in a kayak yourself. You'll have off-beach excursions, and then hiking, where you can do kind of short hikes or long hikes. And I did a little bit of both just to see. I found that on the short hikes, that you saw all the same things that you would on a long hike, but you're just out there longer on a longer hike, so you could see even more of it. So lots of exploration on the islands, and up close and personal with these amazing creatures. You know, the tortoise they're not afraid of you. You can go right up to them. We're not allowed to touch them, but you're so up close and personal, just like this group is showing you here. And the naturalists only take a small group. It's about 10 of you in the group, so you can hear them, and they are just amazing. They're from the Galapagos. One of them told me that he is an environmental lawyer, and he works 1 month on the ship and 1 month as an environmental lawyer, which I thought was phenomenal. And he chose to work with Celebrity because we're so environmentally conscious there as well. So I loved his story there. And then there I am up close and personal with giant tortoises, because we take you to a ranch and you have lunch, and it's a tortoise ranch, and there's thousands of them, and they put on a great production, Ecuadorian production. And then also you get to try the blue-footed booby blonde beer while you're there. And we always like to leave the world a better place. So when you go to the ranch on that specific day, we do have you plant a Scalesia tree as well. And overall, we do everything we can to support the community in the Galapagos, whether it's sourcing fresh seafood from their local fishermen, sourcing pillow treats from local chocolatiers, having our guests given the ability to donate money to the Galapagos Fund, and we do as well. And our newest ship, Celebrity Flora, truly is one of the most environmentally friendly ships in the world. She has dynamic positioning, so she never has to put an anchor down, so she's not going to destroy any seabed underneath her. She's got silicone paint to glide with less fuel. She has solar panels to make electricity. And on all of our ships, there are no single-use plastics as well. And here again, planting a Scalesia tree. Those are my wellies that I'm wearing at the top on the farm where I got a chance to give back and plant a tree, because those trees will grow to be really tall. And it's super important that there's a lot of shade in the Galapagos for the creatures. But I met this tortoise who I thought I should name Philippe. I don't know why, but I sat here hanging out with him for quite a bit. But they were just absolutely stunning creatures and up close and personal. You're going to see all of the marine iguanas, and there are thousands of them, and they are just such unique looking creatures. And they basically have adapted to the island. So they couldn't find food, so they adapted, and now can dive to the bottom of the ocean at the bottom and eat the seaweed off the bottom. And they can hold their breath for a long period of time, eat the food off the bottom of the ocean, come back up, and then to warm themselves up, they all lay on the rocks and they let the sun get them. And then they have to spit out the salt water. So you can see them as they're laying on the rocks with all the salt water constantly coming out of their nose, because it went in while they were eating their meal. So it's a real unique sighting. And they're not afraid of you. They come walking straight up to you and looking at you as well. So there I am. And each island, the landscape is so different. So you can see, this one is a lot of volcanic rock. Others are more, full of fauna and trees. So, and just absolutely beautiful. You're going to see a ton of species of birds, from flightless cormorants, which I had a chance to see not only landside, but I had a flightless cormorant dive into the water while I was snorkeling, and it was floating right in front of me. And I saw it dive under the water, and I looked with my snorkel, and then it caught a fish, came back up, ate the fish, and went back down again. And it was literally within arm's touch of me, not bothered that I was just floating there watching it. And you'll, of course, have a chance to see the famous boobies of the Galapagos Islands, whether it's a blue-footed booby, a Nazca booby, or a red-footed booby. And potentially you may see some mating dances by them. Anytime I look at that blue-footed booby, it just amazes me, the color of its webbed feet there. It just blows my mind, because that's my favorite color ever. And I believe the more turquoise the feet, it means it's a male, to my knowledge, if I've got that right. And they put on a full mating dance, trying to attract a female, which is pretty amazing. So you never know what you're going to see. Here I saw one on the cliff.
I missed it.
Absolutely beautiful. And you can see them there as well. got a chance to spot many blue-footed boobies as well as waved albatrosses. If you can see underneath that waved albatross, she has an egg there. So that egg was probably going to hatch within the week, and she was real protective of that egg. So, you know, the group after us probably got to see the babies, which is amazing, but up close and personal with them. And then a million other species of birds as well that we got to see up close and personal with as well. So that bird in the middle there, the parents, that bird's going to get up and fly any day and just leave his parents and just start existing on his own. It's about getting ready there. Loved that. And then this is just an amazing cliff.
Oh, yeah. Sea lion. He's trying to go a little closer like that.
Sea lion, penguin, crab, and marine iguana all on one cliff.
This is amazing. There's no other part of the world that you can see a bird, iguana, a reptile, and a mammal in the same place. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of harmony.
And you can see this is my personal video, so I wasn't a professional videographer. This is my personal video, and I was in a boat that was moving. But again, up close and personal, snorkeling off the side of a beach where hundreds of sea lions are. When I was there, the sea lions were pregnant, and you could see that they were probably going to give birth any day. And then getting into the water and swimming with them. There I am on Gardner Bay, and the sea lions are just walking right up to us and swimming with us as well in the water. She was pregnant. And I'm wearing the hat I got on right now. And in the water, when you go deep sea snorkeling, there I am in my snorkel mask. And that is my personal picture of a sea lion, a Galapagos sea lion. I put my iPhone 13 into a waterproof case and I pressed record, and then I just kept it on, not knowing how well it would capture the images and videos. And you'll see here, there's sea lions swimming towards me, upside down, flipping around, and playing with us all, multiple sea lions every time I went snorkeling. And in the background there, you can see the water's pretty clear. In the background there, there's a snorkeler that the sea lion is playing with as well. So he or she is going towards that lady that's snorkeling and me. And multiple times that was happening. But also sea turtles. So beautiful sea turtles swimming underneath you, around you, you know, gliding through the water. They're absolutely gorgeous. And they do come up to the surface as well, and you get to see them there as they take a breath. And you can kayak with them as well. So kayaking with sea lions and more. Bonnie, my colleague Bonnie, and I were in the kayak, and they were playing with us, swimming all around the kayak, having a great time. For sure. Now you'll have a chance to see crabs and flamingos. And again, every island is so different. You can see the different landscapes here. And one of the islands is absolutely phenomenal. Post Office Bay, where if you look at the bottom right picture, that is the post office. So it is a retro post office where what you're going to do is we give you postcards on the ship, and then you send it to yourself. So you're going to send it home to your you're not going to send it yourself, but you're going to put your address on it. I put a note to my kids with my address on it, and then you're going to put it in that little post office there. And then someone in the future that's on our Galapagos trip is going to find an address close to them, and then they're going to come and deliver the postcard to you in person. You're supposed to invite them in for tea, and you can talk about your Galapagos trip together. So my colleague Bonnie there, she's already had someone show up at her house with the postcard. I'm still waiting. So let's see if someone is close enough to me that they bring me that postcard one day. So it's kind of an exciting thing to do. And then, you know, while I was in the Galapagos, I had a chance to do a lot of videos and a lot of images, and I thought I would put together just a quick 30-second reel of the great creatures I saw. These are all my own personal videos, so enjoy. Let me just getting this working. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, don't let it slip away. Time that you walked out that door. Tell me what you're waiting for. Oh, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Oh yeah, I know.
That's it. Just a teaser of all the great creatures that you'll see. You'll have a chance to try one of our 3 ships. The one I was on is the middle ship, our newest ship. It is our most luxurious ship there. It is all suites with suite attendants. And again, one of the most environmentally friendly ships in the world, which is 50 suites on board. So a 100 passenger vessel. The Expedition, which is on the left, is our 48 passenger vessel for just 24 rooms that are mostly verandas with a few suites. And then on the right is our most intimate luxury yacht, the Celebrity Expedition, with just 16 people, 8 rooms on board. So you and 7 other couples, or you and your entire extended family, could be on that ship. How amazing would that be? If you are going to go intimate with 16 guests, it's exclusive. Could be, if you want it to be, potentially private, authentic to the Galapagos. It's really perfect for families, friends, mini charters, adventurers, sailors at heart, covert meetings, and it is a truly luxury yacht experience. That is the deck there with 16 chairs, sun chairs to enjoy the view on. This is an example of what some of the accommodations look like on the Expedition. Once again, just 16 passengers, two tables of 8 outdoor dining. So beautiful views there. Then also the Expedition 48 guests is one of our award-winning ships, spacious, really highly personalized, great for multi-generational. It's a mid-sized, comfort-seeking expedition guest. So depending on what you're looking for, it is veranda staterooms with just a few suites on board. And this is an example of some of the beautiful open spaces on this ship, a back deck with a Beagle grill that you can eat and enjoy the view, a great discovery lounge. They do every evening put on a presentation in great detail about what you should expect the next day, what you should wear, what you shouldn't wear. Also, what creatures you should expect to see. Excuse me, sorry about that. What creatures you should expect to see. Also the different options, because you do have options of short hikes, long hikes, sometimes kayaking, sometimes boat rides, sometimes either deep sea snorkeling or snorkeling off the beach, or both. So they'll give you a rundown of all of that, and you would sign up for your preferred option. So that's where that would take place on Expedition in the Discovery Lounge. And then they sometimes have a musician. The bar is always open, and they often will do movies in the evening as well. And some of them are really quite unique movies about the islands there as well. On Expedition, a great restaurant that fits 48 guests, Darwin's Restaurant, the indoor restaurant, and then example of what some of the rooms look like on board the Expedition. For the Flora, which is the ship I was on, again, this is our most luxurious award-winning vessel, exclusive, very eco-conscious, purposefully designed with all windows. Even a lot of the bathrooms have windows so that you're always looking outside. Ultra luxury guests, great for multi-generational, seeking ultimate accommodations, in an expedition market, but in luxury. And we won a lot of awards for our Galapagos product for clients who have sailed there, and agents as well, voting for us as the best in the Galapagos for sure. And in the Flora here, again, when you get on board, you do get a backpack and a poncho and sunscreen as well. And we are the only cruise line to have partnered and been rated by Forbes Travel Guide. And one of our ships in the Galapagos, the Celebrity Flora, was given by Forbes Travel Guide a 4-star Forbes Travel Guide rating. And there are only 7 hotels in the world with 1,000+ rooms that have a 4-star Forbes Travel Guide rating. Celebrity has 3, and one of those ships is the Celebrity Flora in the Galapagos. The Forbes Travel Guide has 65 years of expertise in evaluating and verifying luxury at the finest hotels and resorts. So we have that accolade to talk about, which is very exciting. And here's a great video on the Galapagos as well, on the Flora. Enjoy. Our Galapagos product is open until the end of 2025. So you do want to book early for Galapagos because these are small vessels. They do fill up. But our sailings are open for all 3 ships until the end of 2025. So here on Flora, the cruise director is there on the right, the female there, she's from Ecuador, she's there. And then all of the naturalists are at the front there. And they take small groups of 10 out every single day for all of the excursions, sometimes less than 10. Absolutely, they're phenomenal. They live and breathe and know all about the Galapagos. And I loved all their stories of, their history of how they got to the point of becoming a naturalist in the Galapagos. And this is where they were giving the presentations on the Flora. On the top deck of the Flora, it's a phenomenal deck with outdoor restaurant. And my drink of choice was a mudslide. And my girlfriend Bonnie was drinking pina coladas, but the food was absolutely phenomenal. And that's what the lounge looks like on there, the Discovery Lounge on the right on the Flora where the presentations took place. And then everywhere I went on the ship were all these great water infused drinks and snacks. So when you come back from the island, right when you get off and you're on the marina of the Flora, you can shower right there. You just basically like you're showering off the wetsuit and then washing your snorkels, and then you store it. They give you a nice beautiful mesh bag with your room number on it, and you store it, let it drip dry, and you hang it up for use the next day or maybe this afternoon when you go back out. But they have these great infused waters or alcohol drinks if you want, and snacks for you when you come back as well. And when you're on the top deck with all these premium cabanas and lounge chairs, here I am in my hat because when I was there, you're on the equator. So the sun is very, very bright. So you want to wear sunscreen and a hat. And there is a hot tub on the Flora at the top. So I spent some time there. I think a lot of people, when they went out, they maybe take a siesta when they got back. But Bonnie and I would go to the hot tub. And so we met lots of interesting people. One day I'm going to write a book about people I met in a hot tub. I met a ER doctor who was there with his wife, who had, spent 2 years dealing with COVID and just needed to take a break and was taking a year off. And this was one of their destinations in their year trip, which I just thought was fascinating. And we sat in the hot tub together and enjoyed this beautiful view of the Galapagos. So this was me filming in the hot tub, which I just thought was spectacular. The view was incredible. It's like being in the sea soothes the soul, Just to prove it was me, there I am there. All right. And one of the things that is unique to the Flora is that we do offer Galapagos glamping, which is essentially a luxury overnight experience beneath the stars. So this is the one thing that you would pay for. So when you get on board, I believe it's about $150 per person US. When you get on board, you could book it because there are multiple cabanas at the top of the ship that can be rented out on any given night. And it comes with a full butler experience where you are served a 5-course meal, you're served unlimited drinks, and you basically have dinner under the stars. And then after they have all these games you can play from Jenga to a bunch of different games whilst under the stars, and you're seeing both dippers. Like, it is absolutely beautiful. And then you sleep under the stars as well. So they have a king size bed that you sleep in with a cabana over and the stars above you, which is phenomenal. And then you order your breakfast for the next day if you want it as well, and they deliver it to you right up there at the cabana and have a beautiful breakfast. So you got to go hungry for both the dinner and the breakfast because it is a lot of food, but it's absolutely delicious. So we had a great time doing that. It's a very romantic experience. I did it with my friend Bonnie. We had a good laugh at how romantic it was, but I wanted to experience it for my job. I thought it was important to glamp at the top of the ship. Now I'll have to take my husband back. But here's a few of my personal pictures. Like it does say at the bottom, reserved for Miss Bennington and Miss Little, but that's what the dining experience looks like. And then beside it is the bed. The stars are the brightest I've ever seen in the world. And they do give you as well pajamas to wear while you're up there and give you the full glamping experience. The Flora as well is I mentioned it a few times, one of the most environmentally friendly ships in the world. In the Galapagos, we work with expert programmer Dr. Alan Prager. For our programs, we have social and eco responsibility to the Galapagos. We source local materials, so everything you see on the ship is locally made. The godmother of the Flora is Yolanda Kakabadsi. who is all about protecting the environment. To Flora specifically, there are tenders on all 3 ships, but the Flora has Novarano yacht tenders. And so they have stairs that come right down and attach to the Flora. So it's a nice, easy experience mobility wise to get on the tender to take you ashore. And again, it is all suite accommodations, and it's the only ship with glamping. Now, across the board, all of our menus as well are planned and executed with a Michelin star menu as well. Sorry about that. I got a little tickle in my throat. Now, right now we have one of the best offers. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. When you're live, you got to do that. Sorry about that. That's much better. So we have one of the best 2 combinable options for the Galapagos right now. 20% savings on our 10, 11, and 16 night packages. And to get you to Quito, Ecuador, the air is on us. Anywhere in Canada or the USA, we'll fly you to Quito, Ecuador. We cover up to $750 US, which is around $970, $980 Canadian. If, depending on how full the flight is more money because maybe you want to fly with a different airline that costs more, or maybe you want to, treat yourself to premium economy or business class, you would just pay the difference. So we'll cover up to, apologies, $970 Canadian. Sorry about that. I got a little tickle there. I don't know why. And I'm going to do a show offer right now, which is if you book with any of the Team Friesen Expedia Cruises offices, and you have to book between September 20th to October 4th, put a deposit down for one of the Galapagos sailings between now and the end of 2025. Just as a bonus, I will give you a $200 gift card for any new Galapagos booking. What's nice about the $200, and I often recommend for people to use it for, is that you could book your airport parking or book yourself a shuttle to and from the airport, so you kind of get there in style. So it's just as a little extra bonus, as an incentive to book through Expedia Cruises Team Friesen. Love that marine iguana sitting there on the rocks, by the way. He just looks like he's having a good time. So at this point, I don't think there's any questions. I'm not seeing any in the Q&A, but please reach out to your consultant at Expedia Cruises Team Friesen for a quote on the Galapagos. If you have any questions, anything you need to know to book this bucket list trip, certainly something you'll never regret. It is just immerses yourself. You're going to immerse yourself in this unique environment that is full of history with landscape, flora, sea creatures, and land creatures that you've never seen before. If you like that type of thing, you're absolutely going to love this trip. It was a dream trip for me. I took my girlfriend Bonnie, and now I feel I must take my kids and my husband back soon because it really was absolutely phenomenal. And you could even make it a 60-night and do Machu Picchu at the end as well. If you're going all that way and you have the time and you have the budget, I think that would make it worth it. So that's the end of the presentation for me. I hope that I teased you. I hope I planted the seed that you should think about the Galapagos Islands. You should consider doing it with Celebrity Cruises. Everything is included, all the shore excursions, all of the air, and we're gonna, from A to Z, take great care of you. And Expedia Cruises, Team Friesen, any of the consultants can get you booked for this and take care of you as well. Thanks everyone for listening. Have a wonderful evening, and please reach out to your Expedia Cruises Team Friesen consultant. Thanks again, everyone.